On the count of three, I want you to look super surprised. 1, 2, 3. My super surprised look. George Soros, board member, chairs the firm which will be running the online voting machines. That's their machines. For Tuesday's Utah caucuses. If this wasn't so serious, I'd be rolling on the floor laughing. If the entire country and my children's futures and your children's futures weren't at stake, this would be hilarious. Smartmatic Group, an electronic voting firm whose worldwide headquarters is located in the United Kingdom, will be running the online balloting process in the Utah Republican Open Caucuses on Tuesday. Let me see what's the problem with that statement. There's a few problems. Let's start with the first. Smartmatic Group, an electronic voting machine firm. Okay. Problem number one, electronic voting, whose worldwide headquarters are located in, problem number two, United Kingdom, will be running the online balloting process, problem number three, in the Utah Republican Open Caucuses on Tuesday. I can't wait to see how they go. I can't. Because if the club is after Donald Trump, he's going to have to look like crap on Tuesday when they got the club's machines in there who will cast the final votes and count them themselves with the software program that was pre-written that you or I will never get to see source code or anything else. The chairman of Smartmatic's board, Lord Mark Malloch Brown, currently serves on the board of George Soros' Open Society Foundation and has close ties to the billionaire. The Wall Street Journal dubbed the Republican Party's online adventure on Tuesday as, quote, one of the biggest online votes conducted so far in the U.S. and the largest experiment with online presidential voting since 2004, when Michigan allowed Democrats to vote in a party caucus via the internet. The Journal further reported, Utah residents will have the option of casting ballots in the Republican presidential contest using computers, tablets, and smartphones next week. So I'm curious how many people are going to use those devices, which will then mean using this Smartmatic Group system, and how many people will be using alternative methods to vote. And will we get to see two different things like this group, Donald Trump won by a landslide, and the Smartmatic Group, we'll call them, Ted Cruz won, or whatever, right? That will be interesting if we can see that kind of data. Online polls will be open between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. on March 22. In case you want to make sure your vote counts, voters will get a receipt that will verify that their vote was recorded correctly. The state party declined to release the number of online voter registrations that it has received. So it's just like the one from Florida, I believe, where the man went in front of the congressional committee and said, I'm a programmer and I was hired to do this. And let me explain how it works. It was designed so that you pick whoever you want. It prints out a receipt notifying you, here's who you selected. Are you happy? Yes, of course I am. And you walk away. But when I hit tally at the end of the day, I put my key in and do the old tally. It's set. It was rigged. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like 8-5. And then he had another group come in and say, I want all 7 of you to vote for this one over here on the left, and then 1 of you to vote on the right. Okay. They all did it. Are you satisfied with the printout, your receipt? Yes, I am. That's who you voted for, correct? Yep. Okay. we're going to do the end of day processing. The guy with 1 vote wins 8-5 or whatever it was, 8-1, or it swapped them or whatever the hell it was. So voters will get a receipt that will verify that their vote was recorded correctly. I bet that receipt is as good as a receipt that you have gold in an allocated account somewhere. Warehouse receipt. You have gold in the amount of such and such. It's good as gold, as they say, until you go and try to get it. And then if you're lucky, your gold will be there, but it won't actually be the gold bar you put in there. It'll have a different serial number, which means they took your gold bar, used your gold bar, put one back. Which means it's not exactly allocated, is it? If someone else can get into my vault or whatever the hell this thing's stored in, my account, then that doesn't actually mean it's allocated. So why do you call it an allocated account? For the same reasons they give these great laws, these terrible laws, great names. The Affordable Care Act. The Saint Germain Act for the savings and loan crisis of the 80s. One of my favorites, Patriot Act. It's patriotic. We expect all the jurisdictions across the U.S. to take notice and to look at this experience as something to study and hopefully follow, said Antonio Muguisa, founder and chief executive of Smartmatic Group, an election equipment vendor that is running the Utah election. And that last sentence couldn't have said it better. An election equipment vendor that is running the Utah election. You got that right. Muguisa addressed security concerns about online voting, telling the Journal that Smartmatic has security protocols and backups of the election data should a recount be needed. He said he wasn't aware of any security breaches. So let me tell you how the backups will work. The programming, I do programming, I'm a developer, so this is a child's play for me. I could write something right now so easily. I'd have it done very quickly to do exactly what I just described a minute ago. Pick who you want to vote for. Print out a receipt. Is that correct? Yes, it is. And then when I do the tally is set to pick whoever the hell I pick it. And if all these votes are stored in a database, when you hit that tally button, I'm going to run a update query that says update all of the rows in the database, in the table, to equal this. And that's how I want to vote. If there's 30 rows, I can do a count. How many rows are there? 30. That means there's 30 in this particular table, so 30 people voted. I want to take the top 20 and set them to whoever the hell I want. So then it'll be a 2-1 victory kind of a thing. 70% victory. It would be so easy. And, I've got backups. The database has been backed up. Would you like a copy of that, Mr. Commissioner, whoever you are? No problem, sir. IT guys, give them the backup to the database. It's the backup of the rigged results. It's the backup of the rigged results. So it's going to look great. Here it is, sir. It matches 30 total votes, right? 20 voted for A. The other 10 voted for B. That's what it showed, right? Yeah, but people said they were getting receipts, and I don't know what to say, sir. I mean, right? So then everyone who had a receipt would have to show back up and say, hey, hold on. Here's my receipt. That doesn't match. The problem is you're only concerned about your little voting precinct area. There are thousands of them, hundreds throughout the states, each state. And you're not going to know exactly specifically what your precinct turned in. You're going to have to go file a Freedom of Information Act request and see what the tally was somehow, and then how the hell are you going to find out who voted that day? You can't. You're not going to know. So the only true way to combat this is to have manual, handwritten down, exit polls. I've got 2 cards or 2 notepads, left and a right. Candidates over here, left. Candidates over here, right. Sir, I'm completely unbiased, nonpartisan. Matter of fact, I'm a political atheist, if you will. So I don't believe in the political system, either side.
I'd just like to make sure your vote counts. Did you vote for this one? That, got it. Tally mark. Thank you, sir. Next person. Did you? Oh, you voted for right. No problem. Tally mark. Thank you. Maybe even a name in a name in a checkbox or something. That way you could really see what happened. Because if you have some people standing out there with electronic exit polls, number one, who are these people? Number two, where the hell did you get this electronic exit poll nonsense? You have to have people, volunteers, ready and willing to do that. It's the only way to count them. The Journal did not cite the biography of Malik Brown, chairman of Smartmatic's board. That biography is posted openly on Smartmatic's website and shows close associations between Malik Brown and George Soros, a major donor to the Democratic Party in hundreds of liberal and radical left groups. The bio states Mark Malik Brown is a former number 2 in the United Nations, as well as having served in the British Cabinet on Foreign Office. He now sits in the House of Lords and is active both in business and in the nonprofit world. That should tell you strike number 2, or should be strike number 2. The nonprofit world, like the Rockefeller Foundations, the Hillary Clinton Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundations, all of which are up to no good whatsoever. He also remains deeply involved in international affairs. His bio states that. He also remains deeply involved in international affairs. London, UK, making machines for the USA, international affairs. Oh, that's what they mean by that. Mark served as Deputy Secretary General and Chief of Staff of the UN under Kofi Annan. Who made the United Nations? America. How does it always vote? With America overruling everybody? We got the votes. Overruled. We don't think we overruled. We think we overruled. I don't think we overruled. We always have the extra vote. Besides formally serving as vice chairman of Soros' investment funds and the Billionaires Open Society Institute, Malik Brown is currently a global board member of Soros' Open Society Foundation. As further documented in his Smartmatic Group bio, Malik Brown also serves on the small board of the International Crisis Group, a Soros-financed international crisis management organization. Soros himself sits on the ICG small board. International Crisis Group. I wonder if they create any crises. And what is this? Besides their worldwide headquarters in London, Smartmatic lists offices in 13 other countries. Their offices are located in Boca Raton, Florida. That's not too far from Old Snippy. Boca Raton, huh? Interesting. So, tomorrow's Tuesday, which by the time you see this video will be tomorrow. I wonder how it's going to go. Because, is there a chance that even this nonsense online voting still shows Trump killing it? Could that be a possibility? I don't know. I want to see the online votes with this group and everything else. Not that that would change anything in my mind, that all of the damn things are rigged anyways. Which makes me question, why are they even showing Trump with these huge numbers? Why are they even allowing the country and the world to see Trump with these huge numbers? Is there some kind of agenda happening that we're just not aware of yet, and we will be made aware of it in the near future? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Take care.